All right. We are doing business. It's time. It is time. It is offset now with an even number. I have to do some extra 30-minute warm-ups maybe. I don't know. But now it's no more comfort zone Fridays, but comfort zone Thursdays. It'll work itself out, I hope. But it will all be good. Because today it is just me and whatever topic I want to draw. Hey, good morning, Corey. How's it going? So, what I thought I'd try to do today is, hey, Georg, how's it going? Hey, Baba220. Right, so what I'm going to try to do, we'll see how that goes. Hey, Mila, welcome. Morphia, good morning. Anyways, I'm going to do an assassin, some sort of future assassin. Robotics, I don't know. But I wanted to try to have this kind of spindly. I actually don't really know the pose. The pose I've seen in my mind, like the assassin has like multiple joints in the legs, but the body is being normal. But it's like a spider robot, human. I'm not really sure about the arms. I can't really see them clearly. About the pose, but the pose that I have in my mind is very like, it's like a spider. And I thought that this could be a cool cool thing to design. Thanks, Morphia. It's a hoodie day. I'm all fine, thank you. Cool. Good morning, Lurie, Captain Jetlag. How's everyone doing? So, what kind of tried to get in the pose, which isn't really translated, I have to really pose the character, is this leg. Like, I wanted it to be like stepping forward. Yet, and the other leg like leaning down. And what would be cool is these really, really long legs, but then really, really small claws. And there's this technology on screwdrivers, etc., that when you have like the screwdriver and it's on a tube, it's like metal wiring or spun metal cords on the inside, so that you can snake it around and spin it, and it'll still spin at the end of the screwdriver, but it like the thing is bent. What I was thinking, what would be cool, maybe as a design element on this, I saw that now when I kind of fiddle with the fingers on the arm. What if it was like retractable fingers, so that they can suck them in and out in it, so it can get really long fingers, but for everyday running and climbing, it's very tight, like sucked in. I think that would be cool. Maybe like an animation, how if it's about to fall, it just extends its fingers and toes really, really far out. Almost like, did you ever see that snake, water snake thing that went viral? It was like an orange slug, like creature that shot out its tongue, and the tongues were like tentacles, or it looked like veins. You know, that would be a cool thing to have as a character trait, you know, like I think that would be a cool thing. Oh, Kuro is writing something long. Doing interviews and lectures and presentations, etc. How you can stay cool and not fuck up. It's a good one. Um, Obviously with practice, and obviously I've been on many interviews on TV and internet, etc. The hard part is to for me, like how I see it is that I want to be on point, right? I want to make sense. I don't want to speak out of terms or anything. So at the beginning, when I was being interviewed in video a lot, I always asked the camera guy beforehand, or the interviewer beforehand, a lot of questions, so that when they did go like live or we were recording, I knew a lot more than just going in cold. But most of it, I think, is just me. I guess being practiced. I don't know. It's not like I'm sitting and practicing being interviewed. But there comes a lot of confidence when you really know the subject, when you have a strong opinion on something, you can speak about it much more clearer, right? So whatever your favorite subject is, you can easily argue that favorite subject, right? You can have a discussion about it without being insecure, because you trust your position. So that when you do get questioned on it, or someone makes a difficult question, or you know, whatever can happen, you're not flustered by it, because you're already so accustomed to the topic that it's just more of the same. Does that make sense, Kuro? It's just being used to it. At the beginning, of course, it's nervous. It's never. It's tricky business at the beginning, but the more you do it, the easier it gets, and the less afraid of it you are. Yeah, I mean, a lot of times also people, I think when let's say you're being interviewed or being questioned, there's a sense, at least at the beginning for me, there was this sense of I should say the right thing. But quickly after that is that you can't, at least for me, I couldn't like want to tick their boxes, the person interviewing me or the agenda of whatever. Um, it felt always artificial and forced. And one thing I quickly realized is that just, you know, like lean back, um, do you, like talk about what you like, talk about what you think. Um, and if you're unsure about it, you can say that as well. Like, I'm not really sure about this answer, or I think, I mean, I can be wrong, but blah blah blah. It doesn't always need to be accurate, but if you know yourself and just not trying to be someone else, uh, usually one can trust that you give them the right answer. Morphia, yeah, definitely. Hashtag stay cool. Kurum. Yeah, the easiest. One thing I hate with other people being interviewed is that they don't pause and talk. Um, like, I gave a woman lecturer at the workshop a good tip. Instead of like being like caught off guard and just standing like going, oh, I don't know, oh, I don't know what to say. Um, I suggested like open a water bottle slowly, and say, oh, well, I gotta take a drink. And you open it and you drink. And while you're drinking, you're actually thinking um, what you should be saying next. So you don't just take a pause and drink and then try to capture your mind again of what you should be saying. But um, and that's a simple thing, but that was in public speaking. Being interviewed, you can easily say, like classic conversational tools like, oh, let me think about that for a second, or you can say a sentence that helps you think, and you can say, oh, that's a good question, or that's a good point, and then you start thinking about it. It always doesn't need to be um, what's that saying, Johnny on the spot. You can it's okay to think, because it shows that you also want to say the right thing and not just blurt things out as fast as you can. Bjorn, interview hacking for dummies 101. No, I don't know, but I've had a lot of experience with public speaking and interviews, etc. It's definitely a challenge. It's not something easy. So don't blame yourself and that you're nervous, because it's extremely common to be. And I was, for the longest time, very nervous doing interviews and public speaking. But like with everything, the more you do it, the less weight it has, and you just get accustomed to it. That's cool, Kuro. No, I mean, interview, if you're a somewhat normal person, that's it. I mean, when I did my uni interview, I went in there, as far as I remember, excited about it, obviously nervous. I did mention it. Uh, I did mention to them that this is the first time, I don't really know what to do. Like, I'm excited to be here. The school looks awesome. the little I've seen, you know, like give some compliments, etc., etc. And then in that way you humanize yourself, right? You by connecting with them as a person rather than trying to be this perfect entity robot. Um, but I guess I'm always been a little bit like that, like straight straight with things. So if I'm happy or excited about it, I'm saying it, uh, not trying to play games, you know, social games. Oh, Rip, yeah. Good luck with your interview. Yeah, cool. You should come in. I think uh, I have no doubt that you should come in, and it's great that you came in to the for the interview as well, Luri. It's good stuff. The most important with interviews is take pauses in your talking, by not by being nervous, but you know, like repeat the question of sorts. You know, like if they say, "Oh, uh, what do you expect uh, for the future?" You can say, "Oh, wow, you know, like that's a good question. Um, I actually that's something I've been thinking a lot about, but because you know, give X, Y, and Z random answer and say like, there's so much there's so much verbal bullshitting you can do, you know, like saying, "Oh yeah, I'd love to go here," and after that, who knows what opportunities this school can provide me, you know, like just laying it on, putting it on heavy. I don't know. Yeah, verbal bullshitting is an art form in itself. Some guys are some people are really really good at it. This verbal diarrhea. They can just pour out amazing sentences that sounds complicated and thought through, but they're just kind of making it up as they go along. I kind of like this pose. I think it could be better though. So let's go to liquify. I want to have it a slightly more. Oh, don't do that. It's a resolution with the brush. I think I want to move this foot out a little bit further. So she's a little bit more ready. I want to move that part in a bit and this part in. I tried to capture that pose a bit, but I failed at it. Morphia, yeah, definitely. I think this is a good thing to kind of repeat, paraphrase the question, because when you're paraphrasing, in other words, repeating it not word by word, but um, inaccurately verbatim. I guess you could say paraphrasing is inaccurately saying it word by word. Um, you can rephrase it to your advantage, and it sounds different coming from your own mouth, and you arrange your thought process slightly differently. Now, I don't want this assassin to have just straight up katanas. Katana. What kind of word is that? I updated 30minutewarmup.com with 20 or something old episodes this morning. So I'm slowly trying to catch up. I think I'm on episode 80 of season 1. I don't know how I'm gonna catch up, but I was thinking if I upload at least 20 a day, old episodes, that means I lose 5 positions. Yeah, because if 5 a week, 15 uploaded as a difference if I upload 20. That means it's going to be quite some time for me to catch up to the current stream. But I really want to catch up. I'm working on it, and I also want to open the floor up for more people to join in. But I also want to have, you know, on Discord we have this useful link category. What I want to do for the website is to have a submission form, and so people can post links, and I'll verify them and acknowledge them. And if anyone has a good YouTube clip or anything, the idea is to put everything on the website, so it's like an archive of sorts. Captain Jetlag and Kuro, yeah, exactly. There is in Swedish, there's a saying, to speak is silver, to be silent is gold, probably. Probably butchered it, or I have no idea what I'm talking about. It's fun to go back because on every post on warmup, 30minutewarmup.com, I want to listen in on the episode and get an idea of what I talked about. So I'm like skipping through the episode to see whatever it was I ranted about, but then I also see what drawing I did, and I've forgotten so many that I've done, and I was like, oh yeah, that one, oh yeah, that turned out pretty cool, oh that's nice. So like I can touch on the subject. Yeah, Nordic people justifying their social awkwardness for sure. But then don't use that for an interview. That saying. Captain Jetlag, yeah. Morphia, thank you very much. Yeah, the plan is I want to open it up for everyone as well. so that there's a community wall with whoever's live and stuff. But I'm no web developer, so I'm just trying my best to get it done. Um, and what was I going to say? I don't remember. But thank you. It's moving in the right direction at least. I have some plans on streamers that are going to be like the core team, and then have the community aspect where everyone is free. Whoever doesn't want to do it on a schedule. So my idea is that the core team has educational inclination and a regular streaming schedule. Be it maybe not every day, but a specific day every week, so people know how to sign in. And then having the streamers, though, like official streamer section, so that you can go and, like now on the website, you can go and look at 30-minute warm-up, my channel, and all the episodes every season. But then I also want to have a category for each like core streamer, and then having the community, so that whoever is registered can post to the website in the community section. So it just becomes a rolling wall of whatever you've done, right? If you have done a stream. Hello, Captain Bose. There's two captains here. Oh shit, it has to be a captain showdown. Who's gonna be the one? There can only be one. Who's the original? I was first. No, I was. I was first. Yeah, but I think that idea about like opening the doors for everyone. I mean, yeah, definitely. That's definitely on the topics. I wanna do something cool with this. I think streaming is the future of let's say ArtStation, etc. Like creating some cool little thing like this, I think is has loads of potential. Not for, I mean, not like a company. Obviously, it's not a company, but for the community. I'm a strong believer of community and the strength of it, and I'm sad that it doesn't really exist for your generation of artists. It existed for mine, and we're all reaping the benefits of it. And then some trends changed and things like that, and there's no more community really. Hey Magician, good morning. Welcome. Morphia, yeah, exactly. So I want to collect good streamers as a core team if they're up for it. Otherwise, they'll just be in the like information section or what I've found. If they don't want to be official partner. But I think that's it's the future. Hey, Colive. No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm always good. Some days you just have lower energy, but you have to roll with it. But lately, I feel good. Lately, this year, has been a good year so far. A lot of things, stress levels are releasing to some degree. I have been forced to schedule a lot more, making sure that I understand things, all these things, and it helps a lot with stress levels and not going crazy. It was a while there where there was just too much, but thanks for noticing. Yeah, exactly. That's how you pronounce it. What qualifies as a good streamer? I don't know. It's maybe not up for me to decide really, other than for the core team. If I like the person, if they're talking well, if they are showing tips and tricks, if they're geared towards community, and not pay to win mentality, that would be a good streamer. And whatever they're painting, I don't really care. Now I'm gonna play around this a bit. Let's do that. It's a really cool little thing I found. I kind of touched on the subject before IFCC, but that you can select a specific color range in hue and also in value with select color range. Like now I can go and choose this specific hue and I can grab it again, which is a really interesting thing. I still yet to figure out the use of it, but the fact that it's there is intriguing. Don't really know how good this is, but whatever. Let's go with it. All right, that's it. Time's up. Morphia, that's a cool looking idea. The collaboration thing. Good looking. Thank you, Kuru. I think this one, if I don't come up with anything better tomorrow, is gonna be the one I continue to develop next week. So the idea is next week I'll take one of this week's streams and keep on collaborate or evolving the concept. So next week I'm gonna draw every day on the same concept, coming up with, you know, share some knowledge in that sense or more, because usually I just do a 30-minute warm-up. It's creative every day, so I thought let's switch it up a bit and draw the same thing 30 minutes every day. Yeah, so we'll see what comes tomorrow. Otherwise it's just going to be, I think, this character, because I really like the way it looked. I think the idea has potential. So let's see where it goes. So I'm not going to keep painting it. I think if I choose this one, I'm gonna concept it again, you know, proportions and all that, and think of everything and not just have that painting and make it better. I want to do concept art with line art and all these things. Anyways, so thanks everyone for coming. Good night, good day, wherever you are. Hang out on Discord. Click the Discord underneath the stream and you'll go straight to Discord. 30minutewarmup.com if you want to see a work in progress website. See you tomorrow morning at the same time. Bye everyone. Slow-mo princess wave. Goodbye.